Hello and welcome to Off the Clock. I am here with head men's basketball coach at the Alabama A&M, Coach Otis. Coach, thank you for being here again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited. So look, Coach, those who maybe didn't catch our last episode or those who are just new to Huntsville and don't know you, now look, his resume is really long, but can you give us a short little bio, just a little bit about yourself?
That's pretty tough. Born in New York City, moved to Jersey City. Um, between my mom and dad, Harlem and Jersey City. Dad in Harlem, New York, mom in Jersey City. Played at St. Anthony's High School, Bob Hurley Sr. His son just won the national championship twice.
Wow.
Danny, they used to be little boys starting out playing one-on-one full court at halftime of our games, and it ends up in a fight every game. Bobby is the one that's the head coach at Arizona State right now. Left there, went to junior college, played football. Left there, went to Livingston University, is now West Alabama, on football scholarship. Left there and played in the World League in Italy. Was a missionary in Kenya, Africa. Left there and went into the workforce a little bit. Was a PC systems analyst for the Southern District of Georgia.
Wow.
And the court system. So
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, personnel director at Bishop State, a whole lot of stuff. I'm just abbreviating. And then my first job in basketball was at St. Jude High School in Montgomery.
Okay.
I was back in '89. Married, got 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys. All are in college right now. Left there, became a junior college coach at Wallace and Selma.
Okay.
Coached men and women. Left there and went to Wright State. From Wright State to Liberty University, from Liberty to Briarwood and Birmingham, and from Briarwood to Southern University. Southern University to China, NBA China to LaFleur High School in Mobile to coach my oldest son, and then from there to the NBA again. Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, back to Sacramento Kings, and then from there, Nigeria, national team. Well, no, before Nigeria was Chinese Taipei, China, then Nigeria, and then men and women, or mostly men, and then from Nigeria, Senegal, which I just picked those guys up this summer, and of course here at home at Alabama A&M.
Wait, where were you right before when you hired here at Alabama A&M? Where were you at?
I was coaching with the Nigerian national team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I told you his resume was long. Coach, it's impressive all that you've done. It's very impressive.
One thing you find out, the more you do, the more you find out you don't know. You just keep trying to pick up everything you can. You pray for wisdom.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you can, get better as the day go.
Well, you're great at what you do. I'm sure you already know that, though.
No, I appreciate it. Not everybody thinks that.
Well, I do, and I'm sure there's a lot watching that do as well.
Yeah.
So, look, those you don't know, the Alabama A&M men's basketball team went to the Dominican Republic for a mission trip, right?
Yes.
Will you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, typically every post-secondary institution in Division I, they get to go by NCAA rule on a foreign tour to play basketball preceding the season to get you ready. Grambling went on it last year. We were supposed to go last year.
Okay.
But, we ran into some struggles raising support and, commandeering interest. But that all came full circle thanks to our president and our AD. They help us, garner the support we needed. We were able to go. And instead of it being the conventional, basketball trip, it was more of a humanitarian, character building, perspective changing trip for our young men. Although they were very, very impactful in the young lives that they encountered, and that it was probably more done for them and reshaping their perspective and purview of the world, of themselves, and then coming back here with a fresher and newer perspective to go to school.
Yeah. How long were you there?
It's 10 days.
10 days?
10 days. Played 4 games and went to several orphanages, villages, and it was really, really, really impactful.
Tell us what a typical day looked like. If you weren't playing a game, what did it look like?
Well, kids would get up, eat breakfast. There was some that would go to what we had there was a prayer time. Most of the
Mm,
kids would go to that. And then we would, get up and have a practice.
mm,
And then we would go to whatever orphanages that we were supposed to go that day. And we would spend almost the whole afternoon until
yeah.
dinner. And we would
Wow.
have lunch sometimes at those places or had it on the bus, come back home, have our little basketball meetings. And then there
Mm-hmm.
was Pastor Troy had a little, you know, volunteer. It was voluntary whether you come to Bible study.
Yeah.
They all showed up,
Wow.
and
Wow.
it was really, really good. So it gave us the right mindset and it cultivated a great environment to go out and really, you know, be instruments and vessels of encouragements to these
Yeah.
young people, and they gave it right back, probably more so. It was awesome, and partnering with Nations of Coaches
Yeah.
and some of the people that were down there that partnered with Nations of Coaches, and it was it was typical to do those kind of things every day. And
Mm-hmm.
on the day we had basketball games, of course, you would move out to practice,
Right.
and the
Right.
day would basically be the same all the rest of the time.
Yeah.
So they got a chance the last of it to go to an island, to have fun, and
Oh, that's cool. That's
to a
cool.
beach, let their hair down, and then they flew back. So,
I know you've been literally everywhere across the world, but from what you got from your players, what do you think was the biggest thing they took from that trip or that they learned?
well, that would be a great question to probably ask any of them,
Mm-hmm.
and you would probably get a potpourri answer and a mixture of, man, I've never, seen the world outside of
Mm.
where I'm from and,
Yeah.
where I've been, and some of them haven't been very many places.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it really, really helped broaden their perspective.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is they took a good look at themselves too,
Mm.
because they didn't have to go to Bible study, but they went.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, we had 9 people, you know, on their own,
Yeah.
just give it away. We don't believe in proselytizing and hitting anybody, twisting anybody's arm.
Mm-hmm.
No, you grow, you learn, you make your own decisions,
Mm.
and they did on their own. And the world gonna give you something every day to choose.
That's right.
So we got to be competitive with something that'll, engineer, you know, self evaluation, self perspective, where
Yeah.
they look into how they want to view the world and how they want
Mm.
to be the next 50 years of their life.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
lot of them came back with some uh, some really good answers. So
That's
it's really
beautiful.
impacted the character of the team.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I'm sure it's going to carry over on the court too. And speaking of being on the court, so coach, you had a really, really busy summer in that
Mm.
month of August. So you also coached the women's team in Senegal, right?
Yeah.
Will you tell us about just what that month looked like for you?
Well, Nigeria, of course, that
Mm-hmm.
went to the Olympics,
Right.
and most of them girls I handpicked myself and had the honor of coaching them. And Senegal used to be the dominant team in Africa.
Mm.
Nigeria took it over.
Yeah.
And so now they want to get back. They
Mm.
asked me to come, and there was a tournament, a qualifying tournament for the World Cup. So
Mm-hmm.
Senegal asked me to help them, reach that level that they used to be. And so we thinking we're gonna go to this tournament at least just not get embarrassed.
Yeah.
And if luckily we'll beat the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they turn out to be astronomically better than I ever imagined. Oh my Lord. But instead of winning one game, we won 4 games and went to the
Mm-hmm.
finals, which was very, very refreshing and surprising. And, once I got a chance to see the girls, and we only had 5 days of practice with the whole team, we
Wow.
put in some simple things and we built a defensive philosophy that their talents and skill set lent itself to like organically. You
Mm.
didn't have to really do a lot of reps and drilling. Um, and you did that. So they went and beat the number 8 team in the world. They
Yeah, I
beat the
remember seeing
host
that.
and beat Brazil, and who won the America Cup. And then beat Philippines, who took fourth, and then we had to face Hungary again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to press just to win one game. And I did. We pressed just to win one game, but playing 5 games in 7 days, you can't play like that.
No, yeah.
So Hungary had 6-10 and 6-8.
Ooh.
And we had to deal with that, and it was tough. So we lost to Hungary in the finals, but it was okay. You know,
Yeah.
our girls did. They were. The expectation was exceeded immensely,
Yeah.
exponentially so. The country's excited, they're happy, and there's a chance that they'll come practice here this summer.
Wow,
The
that's
AD has
cool.
already given permission, and we're setting plans up right now to get them all set up here this summer to be ready for the Continental Tournament, which is
Okay.
the AfroBasket. It's like
Okay.
the
Yeah, that's right.
Eurobasket, the America Cup, the Asia Cup, and then the AfroBasket is what they
But
call
they're
it
all
now.
separate entities.
They're all
Yeah.
separate. Each FIBA has 4 regions:
Okay.
FIBA Africa, FIBA Asia, FIBA Europe, FIBA America.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of them has its own continental tournament.
Okay.
And the winner, those are the ones that participate in the Olympics and the
In the
World
Olympic.
Cup, those
Okay.
kind of things. This would just be the qualifier for the World Cup in 26.
Okay.
So we're excited to get that done.
So the future looks bright for Team Senegal.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We hope so. We definitely in prayer and asking for wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah. And also one more thing, because I'm thinking about the time frame. So when you went to the Dominican Republic, that was in the 3rd or 2nd week of August, and then you had to fly where for practice for Team Senegal? What was the time frame like for you?
Late July, Senegal.
Mm-hmm.
Came back, DR first week in August,
Mm-hmm.
and then back to Senegal second week, and then to Kigali, Africa, which was like almost a full day's ride from Senegal,
Wow.
because you got to go, I think, west back east or east back west,
Uh-huh.
and then all the way back here to the U.S.
How were you when you got back? Did you sleep for like 5 days straight? How was it?
I was wired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wired. I may have had 1 or 2 days, but I was ready to get back to my team here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here I am with my team now here, and I'm excited to be with these guys. And we went young last year, so I'm hoping these guys will turn the corner
Yeah.
and be even better this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like as a record, but
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to build a program, you can't do that overnight.
No, it takes time.
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
can't skip steps in the process. And they hadn't won around here, 18, 19 years?
Yeah.
And for a lot of different reasons. It really wasn't because of coaching. But now we have an administration that's
Mm-hmm.
100%, provide whatever you need behind you, and, want you to, do the best you can. Just be competitive and win a championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to do more than that. We want to do what Senegal did. We want to exceed expectation.
Right.
And so we're engineering a class that hopefully will be that class, if not this year, possibly next year.
Wow. Well, look, we heard a little bit about the summer, the AAMU men's basketball team, and also Coach as well with Team Senegal. When we come right back, he's already mentioned a little bit. We'll be hearing more about the upcoming year and the season with the guys.
The greatest asset we have is our employees.
I'm very excited to welcome you to our new corporate website.
The National Space Club was founded as the National Rocket Club in 1957.
In North Alabama, we are extremely blessed.
True Tone will test your theory in everything, the good things and the bad things. In everything, give him thanks.
Why choose this is our goal. And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain?
Welcome back again. I'm here with Coach Otis, the head men's basketball coach here at Alabama A&M. So, Coach, let's talk about this upcoming season. So, I've seen on the schedule you have about 9, 8 home games. How many do we have this year?
I think it's 9. It's
Okay.
5 Division I games and perhaps 6, and then we have 3 non-D1s,
Okay.
and then we have of course, we were gonna have an exhibition, and that would have made it 9.
Okay.
But it's a pretty good schedule. It's real hard to get Division I schools come to the HBCU, but our AD is so good. He's not big on going out, selling your teams for money.
Yeah.
No, he's not concerned about that. He wants to run the best program possible and to grow it and develop it into something that's winning on and off the court. So we're excited to be able to have those teams come here, and we got to return the home games the following year.
Right.
Some of them, but others we've been able to broker some other. And I think next year we'll have the same amount. So
Yeah.
we're trying to do it. We'll have that each year. And so this is exciting. So all those that are out here that want a nice family outing, a nice opportunity to see really, really upbeat, exciting basketball,
Yeah.
you come to the big Bulldog Arena.
Yeah.
You come to the EC. It's going to be happening up here at a very, very high level. We got some exciting kids. We're looking forward to watching them grow right before our eyes.
Yeah.
Like the past 2 years, they got better as the year went on. This year won't be any different, we hope.
Yeah. And tell us about, I know as a coach you look forward to every game, but specifically the non-conference games, is there a team that you're excited about playing that
Well-
stands out to you?
Well, actually, all of them, but we
Yeah.
go to Georgia. We go to Georgia Tech.
Okay.
So those are 2 big
Yeah.
games that are money games. And then we'll host South Carolina State here, Indiana University. They called them IUPUI in
Yeah.
the past, but I think it's Indiana University of Minneapolis or whatever it might be called this time.
Okay.
And then we have Coastal Carolina as well, Lipscomb and Sanford.
Okay.
We
It's a
had,
really good schedule.
yeah, it's tough.
Really good schedule.
Really tough.
Yeah.
So they'll come here and it'll be a big challenge.
Yeah. And so you already mentioned about some of the guys in your roster. So are we seeing some new guys? We're seeing them get a little older. Tell us about our roster.
Well, we graduated 5 starters.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
of course, Dalen Smith was one of those starters, but he got hurt. And when Dalen left the lineup, we still had another guy that was on the team, and a couple of guys that shared minutes that he'll get some time now.
Okay.
So the freshman of the year is here. He's still here. Thank God we didn't lose him, because the Power Fives want to use us as Walmart and
Yeah.
come shop with some NIL bag, and then we lose our best players. But that we've been able to keep the kids on the hill, and it's not just basketball; it's the environment, the experience, the growth, the training, and the equipping these kids to start here and go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think they're really attracted to that. So even Dalen was offered some money to leave. He was hurt and offered money. He decided to stay. So he's here. He's going to test the waters next year. If he doesn't like it, he'll come back.
Yeah. If you can talk about it, what do you see as a difficulty with keeping players or even trying to get some? 'Cause I know you do have a few transfers on your roster. How has that been for you, if you can share?
Well, there's a couple of ways to do that. My approach has been to go global, because a lot of the kids from overseas, they don't know the difference between Duke and Duquesne.
That's true.
So
That's true.
you bring them here, they don't know
Yeah.
between Oregon State or Quaker State,
Right.
Motor Hall College. They don't have a clue.
Yeah.
So but when you get them here and they get that experience, they don't really want any other. They want to be challenged. They want to be held accountable. They want to, in the year of the entitled generation, they want to be, encouraged and held accountable, and really pushed to be the best version of themselves that they can be.
Yeah.
And I come to find out, man, that's why our kids don't leave.
Mm.
We've only had a few to move on, but we've had several to graduate.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them that are pros right now. One that
Mhm.
works at NASA.
Yeah.
And so we're doing what we're supposed to do here, and we're still not satisfied. We want to do even better with helping those kids go on from now for the next 50 years of their life to
Yeah.
be able to, carve out a future for themselves and their families.
Yeah. Yeah. And coach is a little too humble to say this, but there's a reason why they're also staying is because of you. You have
Mm.
a part into it as well. So I want to tell you that.
No, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So look, will we see any difference, the style of play? You keeping it the same, adding in a couple wrinkles, offensively? So what can we expect to see?
It'll be way more up tempo this year.
Okay.
Last year, when we pressed, we did pretty well, but I think it worked because we did it sparingly. When people prepared for us, they didn't really prepare to break the press, because that's not what we really did a lot.
Okay.
But now, when you do it so often, you got to be really good at it, because now when they prepare for you, they're gonna be prepared to, attack your
Right.
press.
Right.
But we had to sub offense for defense a lot. And we had guys that could defend better. We put them on the floor, but then we would lose a lot in scoring. This year we have a lot of two-way guys that just need to get experience
Exposure too.
and
Yeah.
exposure. Once that preseason really sets in before conference, hopefully it'll cure by the time we play conference and we can just take off running.
Yeah. Yeah. And coach, before we go, will you just share the importance of the community? How can the community help Alabama A&M, and what do you need?
Well, we need so much support.
Mm.
The support that's been able to help us the past 2 years. It turned into a 6,500, 6,400 Alabama State attendance game.
Mm.
And we got a product now that I know they're excited to see.
Yeah.
I know that they would enjoy and want to come back and want to tell others. You know what that does to a young man who aspires to be great, who aspires to be the answer for their family, the family that they have and the family that they hope to have? When you come out and you cheer them on, or you there in the community forum, they see you in the barbershop, in church, in the grocery store, they see you out anywhere, man, they get a sense of pride, they get a sense of identity, get a sense
Yeah.
of ownership of their futures.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys mean so much. You can give to us just by coming to the games and finding ways to help by contacting our AD, our president, and they'll certainly lead you in a place where you can really, really maximize your contribution, whether it's with your time, your finances, any resource, or any relationship that you might have that want to partner with us
Yeah.
to change the world one kid at a time right here in your community.
I love that. Oh, you got me fired up. Well, look, coach, real quick. So, what you just talked about, can you be a little bit more specific about are you mentioning when you said the community, we're talking about churches, nonprofits. What if there's some schools that even want to come? What does that look like of can they be a part?
Well, our AD has a real great initiative with elementary schools coming,
Okay.
high schools coming, fraternity day,
Okay.
the veterans, the air base, the military installation, that we want those families to come. And I think we have a special day set aside for them. Breast cancer, dedication game, cancer, uh, research dedication game. There's so many other initiatives that are going on here and so many ideas. Let me tell you something. My AD, he's pretty special at coming up with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because he's genuine, it's not manufactured, it's organic.
Yeah.
And that's why when you come and you see it and you're in this environment, man, you feel like, you know what, I'm at home. And this is something I want to do every chance I get, and I want to try to tell my friends about it.
Yeah. And where can people get more information about these specific days? I do remember last year you guys did like a teachers got in for free, you brought your kid, you had to show. Where can they get in contact or find this information out?
Well, on our website,
Okay.
AAMU Athletics, the athletic director's office, Coach Dexter Williams.
Okay.
He's not a coach anymore, but Dexter is in charge of a whole lot of different
Yeah,
things around
he's
here. It'd
great.
be hard for us to function
Yeah.
without Dexter. And he can help give you some really good information because he's he's from this community.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of relationships that are near and dear to him in this community. Reach out to Dexter, and I'll guarantee you. And then there's a barcode and a website
Mm-hmm.
that you guys can share with the
Yep.
listening audience, and they can get connected that way as well.
Okay. And Coach, tell us, when is the first home game and when is just the first game in general?
First home game is November 7th. We're
Okay.
still trying to get an exhibition or a scrimmage.
Okay.
Scrimmage would be closed, no one can attend.
Right, right.
But the exhibition would be open to everyone.
Okay.
We're just having a tough time at this late date to secure that scrimmage. He allowed 2 scrimmages or 1 exhibition and scrimmage. We had 2 scrimmages, but 1 fell through at
Okay.
this late date, so we're trying to
Get the
scramble to
exhibition.
get that one going,
Okay.
and hopefully that would present the team to the community and to the state, to the country, to the
Yeah.
world.
So, Coach, since we are on the show Off the Clock, I asked you this last time. I want to see if something changed. So, when you're not here, when you're not working, what do you do on your free time?
Well, it depends on what that day is like. If the day is like, man, I went to bed on top of the world, but I woke up and the world was on top of me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then I like to just get away and do
Mhm.
what we spoke of last time, and just be by myself
Mhm.
and just listen to the Lord. Just be still, know God. And then once I get through with that, I got the world at my fingertips now with technology.
Right.
Let's get on my phone. I might play solitaire. I might play another game that's a lot more difficult.
Mhm.
I might play. I might just watch films
Mhm.
of offenses or defenses. And I'll just do something to immerse my mind so deeply, and I'm so engaged that I don't think about what the problems are. On the
Yeah.
good days, man, it's probably about the same.
Yeah.
I just like to put my head back, stretch. I'll
Just
go,
relax.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
walk, I'll lift weights, exercise, and can't wait till I go to sleep.
Mhm. Exercise, especially do it late at night, just makes you want to go right to sleep.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And look, can you cook?
I can. My wife tried to say I can't,
Okay.
but I think she does that to make me cook.
Oh, that's smart.
That
That's
competitive
smart.
nature I have, I'll show you. Oh,
So she doesn't have to cook.
yeah, I can't help it. Boy. Then I go cook, and she's smiling.
You fell for it.
Yeah, I fell for it. It still works today.
I was about to ask, does it still work?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It does.
A true competitor in you.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, it's been an absolute pleasure being with you here again. Thank you for taking some time out your schedule. Those watching, we look forward to seeing you at some games this season. As you heard, you can scan that QR code and you'll go right to the Alabama A&M website. And yeah, join us next time to see who's off the clock.
Go Bulldogs.